Hello everyone and welcome back to another Star Wars figure review. Today we're going to take a look at another figure from the Black Series 6-inch line, and this next character comes to us from Star Wars The Last Jedi. The next figure we're going to take a look at is of course this one. This is Finn in his First Order disguise, and at the time of filming this review obviously The Last Jedi has yet to be released. The only times that we've seen Finn in this disguise is during trailers and TV spots, and the most noticeable of those is of course the scene where he goes toe-to-toe in battle with Captain Phasma, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that scene in the film. The accessories, the detail, and the overall execution of this figure is really good. This does mark the first time that we've seen a First Order officer in any action figure line, whether it be the 3 3/4 inch or 6-inch line, with the exception of course of General Hux. And overall I'm really impressed with this figure. It wasn't one of the figures that I was in an immediate rush to pick up from this new wave. The Elite Praetorian Guard and Maz Kanata were right there at the top of my list, but now that I've got this one in hand and I've had the time to take a look at it and analyse it and get it ready for this review, I really like this one and I think you guys will as well. So as always, there is a link down below in the video description where you can purchase this figure for yourself. And before we jump into the review itself, let's take a look at the packaging that he comes in. Once again, we do get the standard Black Series packaging with this figure. You've got the Black Series logo featured at the top of the box, and down in the bottom corner you've got some really cool artwork of Finn in his First Order disguise. Now, one thing that I and a number of others have pointed out with regards to Finn wearing a First Order disguise is the fact that the First Order have got a pretty good idea of who Finn is at this point, obviously being a traitor to the First Order and all. So wearing a disguise that exposes his face, probably not the best idea, but we'll see how that goes down in the film. On the back of the, on the side of the box rather, we've got the number in the series, and then on the back you've got that Black Series logo once again, the number in the series, and a brief description of the character. Now we do know that in the movie, Finn does wear this disguise on a mission where he goes undercover with Rose, the Resistance tech, and Rose also wears a First Order disguise, and a figure of Rose wearing that disguise is available in the 3 3/4 inch line alongside BB-8 and his evil twin BB-9E, and I'm really looking forward to picking up that set if and when it makes its way to UK retail. So if I manage to track that one down, make sure you stay tuned for a review. So that's the packaging. Now on to the figure itself. As I said, I'm really impressed with this one. I think that Hasbro have put in a great deal of effort with this figure with regards to the accessories and the overall sculpt and detail, and it's a standout figure from the wave. Very cool indeed. Now in terms of accessories, he does come with quite a few, the first of which is a removable First Order officer's cap, which is really nicely sculpted. As you can see, you've got all those details on the cap itself. You've got the First Order emblem at the front there, and the cap can be removed to give you a much better look at Finn's head sculpt underneath. Now this is a brand new head sculpt, very similar to the one that was used on Finn in his FN2187 Stormtrooper gear from The Force Awakens, but you can make out that it is indeed a brand new head sculpt. It's a little bit smaller than some of the previous figures, and some of those facial features are just a little bit less defined on this figure. I've noticed the features are a little bit softer, the paint applications on the eyes are a little bit more sort of in your face, but it's not a bad head sculpt. It looks like John Boyega, it looks like Finn, so it does the job in that respect. The cap is made of a soft and rubbery plastic, and it's a nice snug fit on top of the head, which I really like, so very impressed with that, and wasn't expecting the cap to be removable when I first picked up this figure, so that was a welcome surprise. As you can see, with regards to the sculpt, you've got those code cylinders in the pockets on the front, you've got a holster on the belt, and you've got this really cool looking First Order officer uniform going on with this one. With regards to the other accessories, he does come with a First Order blaster pistol, as you can see, similar to the ones included with the Stormtroopers and General Hux and the TIE pilots, although it's just painted black, and you can store the blaster pistol in the holster on the side of Finn's belt. Now, it's not a great fit, it does slot in there nicely, but once it's in there, you'll see it pokes up a little bit, and it kind of gets in the way once you move Finn's arm down by his side, which is a little bit irritating if I'm being honest. It doesn't get in the way as such, but it just sort of looks a little bit awkward and maybe a little bit too high up, but that's just me being very nitpicky indeed. Now the final accessory that Finn comes with is of course the Riot Baton that FN2199 uses in The Force Awakens during that scene at Maz's castle, where obviously the infamous scene now where the stormtrooper shouts "traitor" and then proceeds to engage Finn in battle. Now this Riot Baton has been featured with a previous figure, that's of course the Riot Control Stormtrooper from the Escape from Destiny 2 pack featuring Poe Dameron. However, this is a brand new sculpt, and Hasbro have gone to the effort of making these prongs on the end posable, so you can extend those out and obviously have this thing in combat mode ready for Finn to go head to head with Captain Phasma. So I'm really impressed with that weapon. There's some great detail on that, so yeah, really appreciate those added little bits of detail on these weapons and accessories. This is actually the same Riot Baton that comes with the Ultimate Stormtrooper pack, the Amazon exclusive, and we'll be taking a look at that in a future review. So really nice weapon. As you can see, you can proceed to repose those prongs and have this one stored away like that. Another really nice detail I like about this figure as well is that you've got some Aurebesh text on the forearm there, whether that denotes a rank, whether it's a hidden message, or I'm not entirely sure. Maybe we'll find out in the movie, maybe we'll not. Maybe it's just a screen accurate piece of detail, but regardless, it's nice that they included it, and it adds a nice touch to the figure all round. Now, in terms of articulation, Finn does feature standard articulation for the Black Series 6-inch line. He's got a ball joint and a hinge at the head, so he can look up, down, all around. Hinges at the shoulders, elbows and wrists. A nice fluid ball joint at the torso. Ball hinges at the hips. Swivels at the upper thigh. A double joint in the knee, and a double joint and a rocker at the ankle. So you can really get this guy in some really cool poses. Obviously recreate all those really cool scenes, I'm presuming, where Finn engages Captain Phasma in combat. And again, I'm really looking forward to how that comes across on screen in the film. So there we go. Really cool figure. Again, it wasn't a figure that I was in a particular rush to pick up. I had this sort of preconceived idea in my head that Finn wouldn't appear in this disguise for a particularly lengthy period of time in the film, but given the fact that we've seen snippets of those battle scenes with Captain Phasma, I would imagine that this is quite a large part of Finn's role in the film. So again, really looking forward to seeing how that comes across on screen, and really happy with how this figure turned out. So again, if you want to pick this one up for yourself, be sure to hit that link in the video description. Highly recommended figure, well worthy of a purchase. So that is going to do it for Finn in his First Order disguise. We are going to take a look at some First Order Stormtroopers in some of my future reviews. As I mentioned, we've got that Amazon exclusive Ultimate Stormtrooper pack to give you a look at, which is an awesome piece. And we're going to take a look at some older Black Series 6-inch figures as well, from Rogue One, the original trilogy, and beyond. So make sure you stay tuned for all of those. Anyway, until my next review, thank you for watching, keep collecting, and as always, may the Force be with you.